Lumetri Color in After Effects, In-Depth Guide. Welcome to this in-depth guide to the Lumetri Color effect in Adobe After Effects. In this video, we'll break down every panel and option inside Lumetri Color, explain what each control does, and show you how to use it to color correct and grade your footage like a professional. Let's get started. Section 1. Basic Correction. By uncheck box you can disable entire section. At the top, you'll see the Input LUT option. A LUT, or lookup table, is a preset color transformation. You can use it to quickly convert flat log footage into Rec. 709, or to apply a specific cinematic look. Next is White Balance. Pick the color picker and pick your white error in the video you think is white. The temperature slider shifts your footage towards warm, adding orange tones, and towards cool by adding blue tones. The tint slider balances green and magenta. Together, these two controls fix color casts in your footage. Saturation increases or decreases the overall color intensity. Then we have the tone controls. Use exposure to adjusts the overall brightness of the image. Use contrast to increases the difference between the darks and lights. Use highlights to control the brightest areas only. Use shadows to control the darkest areas. Finally, use whites and blacks to set the true brightest and darkest points. This entire panel is used to correct the base color and exposure of your footage before moving on to creative grading. Next is the creative section. Here, you can choose a look, which is another type of LUT, designed for stylization rather than correction. The intensity slider adjusts how strongly the look is applied. Below, you'll find quick stylization tools. Faded film lifts the shadows for a washed-out vintage feel. The sharpen is used to increases edge contrast to make details clearer. The vibrance used to boosts muted colors without oversaturating skin tones. The saturation used boosts all colors equally. You also have tint controls. Shadow tint lets you colorize the dark areas, while highlight tint lets you tint the bright areas. The balance slider determines which side is more dominant. This is great for creating mood, like teal shadows and golden highlights. Moving on to curves, which give you very precise control over color. First, we have the RGB curves. The master curve adjusts overall brightness and contrast. The red, green, and blue curves let you target individual channels. For example, pulling down the blue curve in the shadows will add a yellow tone to your dark areas. The hue versus saturation curve lets you boost or reduce saturation for specific colors. For instance, you could increase the saturation of only the sky. Below, we have hue versus hue curves. These allow you to select one hue, like green, and shift it towards another hue, like yellow. The hue versus loomer curve controls brightness for specific hues. You could make reds darker while keeping other colors the same. Finally, the loomer versus saturation curve controls saturation based on brightness. You might desaturate highlights while leaving shadows colorful. These curve tools are extremely powerful for fine-tuning your grade. Color wheels and match. Here you'll find 3 color wheels: shadows, midtones, and highlights. Dragging the control point inside a wheel shift the brightness range toward a color. For example, you can push shadows towards teal and highlights towards orange, a very common cinematic look. In Premiere Pro. This section also includes color match tools. With comparison view, you can view 2 frames side by side. Then, Apply Match will automatically adjust your current shot to match the reference frame. With face detection enabled, it prioritizes keeping skin tones natural. One of the most powerful features is the HSL secondary. This allows you to isolate a single color and adjust it independently. First, use the key section to choose a color range using hue, saturation, and loomer controls. For example, you could select only the blue sky. Then, refine the mask with the refine controls, adjusting tolerance, blur, and softness. Finally, in the correction section, you can change just that selection. You can shift its hue, adjust saturation, brighten or darken it, or even change its temperature and tint. This makes it possible to make a sky bluer, grass greener, or keep skin tones consistent without affecting the entire image. Vignette. Finally, the vignette section. This adds shading around the edges of your frame to draw the viewer's eye toward the subject. Amount controls whether the corners get darker or lighter. Midpoint adjusts how far the vignette reaches toward the center. Roundness changes the shape between circular and oval. Feather controls the softness of the vignette edges. A subtle vignette is a simple but effective way to add focus and style to your footage, and that covers every option inside the Lumetri Color effect in After Effects. Remember, start with basic correction to fix your footage, then move through creative, curves, and color wheels to build your style. Use HSL secondary for targeted corrections, and finish with a vignette for polish. Practice combining these tools, and soon you'll be grading like a professional colorist. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more After Effects tutorials.